Mike Dell's World, number 151. This is February 18th, 2010.
Million miles away, in the shade of a palm tree by a blue-green bay, stretched out on the sand. Instead of this cold gray sky, blank slate of a damp and dismal day gone by, far from that sunny land. I could be there, I could go. I stand here in the snow and wish I was, wish I was, I wish I was. I'm glad I'm not, I wish I was, wish I was, I wish I was, glad I'm not. Encased in a crystal glove, the icebound branches glisten just above, up and down the street. The sun comes blazing bright, turns his frozen landscape into dazzling light, whiter than any heat. Looks like heaven has opened just for me. It hurts my eyes to see. Wish I was, wish I was, I wish I was. I'm glad I'm not, I wish I was, wish I was, I wish I was. I'm glad I'm not. I've been so much happier since I've made my peace with ambivalence. I will have my cake and eat it too. Nothing I can do will split this world in two. So when the darkness comes, breathe in deeply and I will not run and chase the sun, because I need the turning, a reason to keep the fire alive and burning. And I am learning to keep my feet on the frozen ground, wait for the world to spin me around. I wish I was, wish I was, I wish I was. I'm glad I'm not, I wish I was, wish I was, I wish I was. I'm glad I'm not, I wish I was, wish I was, I wish I was. Glad I'm not, I wish I was, wish I was, I wish I was. Glad I'm not. Oh, 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 no, no, no.
And that's the Yellow Room Gang with a song called Wish I Was. And it's kind of fits for today. It's 30 degrees outside, kind of gloomy. Actually, it's a little warm for February, but I'll take it. But this winter's kind of dragging on. It's not too bad. It looks like I haven't had a ton of snow, but we've still got snow on the ground, as I keep saying every time I talk here. And by the way, this is going to be kind of a short podcast. I've already done 2 podcasts today. I'm catching up. Tuesday, I did record using the portable recorder, and when I got home, it didn't work very well. It sounded like crap, so I didn't put a podcast out. I decided that I would just redo it. The only problem was I had oral surgery on Tuesday morning when I would have normally recorded this, so I had to give myself a couple of days to recover from that a little bit. Everything's going fine. No major complications. Still a little sore, but seem to be talking okay, or at least as okay as I always did. I should have had him do some acoustic work in there too. Maybe make my voice sound better. But I don't know. I guess I'm stuck with what I got. But anyway, other than that, there hasn't been a whole lot going on. I've been doing a lot of sleeping ever since I've had this ongoing dental issue. Been losing a little weight, but I think it'll all come back because was it yesterday, I went on an eating binge and ate lots of bad stuff. But it was good, and I'm sure I'm well on my way to regaining the 7 pounds that I lost. So, so everything's working. The old choppers are working just like they were before, pretty much, and pain-free. So that's a good thing. Let's see what else is going on. Of course, I put out a podcast earlier this morning on Geek of the North, so if you're subscribed to that one, look in your podcatcher and it'll be there also. And in case you're not a subscriber and want to be, it's more laid-back talk, but more of a technical nature. Been kind of on an aviation kick the last couple of podcasts and a Google kick, so but go check that out. It's over at geekofthenorth.com. I also did another Banjo Tracks episode for Ed's Mixed Bag, so go check that out this Saturday when Ed does his show, but I always do my portion of it ahead of time. So, like I said, I've been busy this morning doing that, and hopefully I'll have this uploaded and out there to the world before noon. So I got about 45 minutes, so like I said, if I cut this short, I'll be able to get it encoded and uploaded and all that. Sorry about the show notes last week. For some reason, I couldn't get the FTP client to work right on Windows 7. I was in a hurry to try to get to bed, and of course it was fighting me all the way, and so while I was fighting with that, I didn't write the show notes up the way I should have, and so that's why they're pretty much non-existent, and that's why the title last week was what it was. Arg. I was just tired of fighting with the FTP client. I ended up signing into GoDaddy directly and using their web-based uploader to get the podcast uploaded, which was a whole lot slower than doing it the way I normally do it. But now I've got that bug worked out, so this should go up pretty quick and shouldn't have any problems. Also got all my RAM installed finally, so we're up to speed here on the Windows 7 machine. They say Vista, anyway. But it's Windows 7. It's working out good. And let's see what else has been going on. Been busy at my day job and busy at my secondary job and busy with my own business stuff. So just busy. In fact, I've got a fairly large consulting project to get done tonight and tomorrow morning. So hopefully that'll go well. Doing a podcasting demonstration for a client, actually for a client's client, if that makes any sense. They're trying to pitch the idea of doing a corporate podcast, and they sent me a bunch of recordings that I'm supposed to glue together into podcast form. so that they know what a podcast episode should sound like I would know, but I guess I do, so that's what I'm going to do. So that'll work out good for them, work out good for me. And I'm even gonna get Kathy in on it. She's going to be the official voice of the podcast, intros and outros and stuff. So we're getting better at that. In fact, that's what I did this morning between podcast shows is wrote scripts for this one. So like I said, staying busy and a little too busy, but busy is better than not busy. Like I said, this week, being that I ended up sleeping most of yesterday, or at least most of the free time away yesterday and Tuesday. Now that I'm caught up on my sleep and caught up on my eating, should be golden. This is definitely a total free form today. I didn't even write out any notes on my official Raw Voice show notes pad, available at every PodCamp and at the New Media Expo or Blog World, or this year at NAB. I've heard through the grapevine that they'll be at NAB this year. Angelo Mandato from Blueberry and Raw Voice will be at PodCamp Toronto this weekend. So if you're within striking distance of Toronto, go over and check that out and meet up with Angelo. And he'll hand you some of these show notes pads. Of course, we're proud members of the Blueberry Network, as attested to here.
This podcast is part of the Blueberry Network. Find freshly picked podcasts just for you at blueberry.com. That's blueberry.com.
Okay, I wouldn't be able to play that if I wasn't part of the network. Anyway, and I need to talk about our sponsor, GoToMeeting. Why waste time driving through bad weather and waste money traveling to your client's office just to show them something on the computer or do a demonstration or sales call? Why don't you use GoToMeeting? It's great. In fact, was it yesterday morning? Had a nice training session with 2 or 3 graphic artists and training on a particular piece of software that we're working with, and it worked great. Had 1 in Florida and 3 in Michigan, all in different locations, and had it was a great meeting and great training session. The guy in Florida, trained us up on the software, and then he was able to let us drive the presentation to do this, that, or the other thing, and it was great. So, like I said, save money, beat the traffic, beat the weather. We still got a couple more months of winter, so at least 1 more month of winter. So why don't you make that a free 30-day trial? Listeners to this podcast can get a free 30-day trial by going to www.gotomeeting.com/techpodcasts. That's www.gotomeeting.com/techpodcasts for your 30-day trial. Okay, got that over with. And like I said, Citrix is an awesome company. Try some of their other products too. They got one that I'm kind of interested in is GoToWebinar. Of course, that they're not paying for this. This is my thoughts. But GoToWebinar looks like it'd be handy if you want to do a paid webinar or even a free one. Takes away the limit. GoToMeeting, I think, has 16. So, 16 people. If you want to have a 16-person thing, that's awesome. This one here, you could have, I think, up to 1,000 people. It's a pretty neat product. We're thinking about that for a couple of things that I've got in the cooker. Yet a 4th possible side gig. So, of course, I'll be more polished and all that if I do a webinar. But anyway, So that's something I'm thinking about doing. Ironically, in the podcasting realm, I don't want to talk about it, but it has something to do with my radio gig. That gives you any indication. I actually missed the radio show Tuesday, and I'm thinking I'm going to miss the one this coming Tuesday too. So not this time because of my dental work, but just because I think I got something better to do that night. Or maybe not better, but something conflicting that I would like to do. Yeah, that's the ticket. So anyway, not to belabor the point here and just ramble on. I promise I'll have a better, not better, but longer and more content-filled episode next week. But I'm going to cut this one short. I do have a funny song. Not really funny. Well, I guess all jug music is unintentionally funny. But this one's, what is it? Beyond the Floodwaters Jug Band. And it's called Stealin'. I'm going to play that on my way out. But hey, I appreciate you guys downloading this and taking the time out to listen to me ramble into the microphone. So, hey, if you like this kind of stuff, go check out blueberry.com, BLUBRRY.com, and you can find all kinds of podcasts of all sorts over there. And, of course, Tech Podcast Network at techpodcast.com. They've got a bunch of techie-related podcasts over there if you're into that. Of course, if you're listening to me, you're more than likely well-versed in finding podcasts, but go check that out. And that's just me. I don't have a frog in my pocket. Well, I guess I can count Scooter. He's sitting over there on top of my power supply because it's warm. That's my cat. Of course, he hasn't made a lot of noise this time. I think he's been on the mic before, though. So anyway, I will catch you later, and you can catch me later. Here's Beyond the Floodwaters Jug Band.
My same old used to be. Oh, I'm stealing, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm stealing back to my same old used to be.
Well, now put your arms around me like a soak around the sun. I wanna love you, mama, like my easy rider done. If
You don't believe I love you, look what a fool I've been. You don't believe I'm sinking, look what a hole I'm in. I'm stealing, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm stealing back to my same old used to be.
Oh, I'm
Stealing, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm stealing back to my same old used to be.
Well, I like you in yellow, I like you in red, but the way I like you best is when you're in my bed. If you don't believe I love